What's going on, guys? Bankroll Games here, more Dead Space 2. Last episode when we left off, we woke up aboard Titan Station. Not really sure what's going on, but I've been contacted by someone, and after making our escape, we're trying to meet up with them. And yeah, just trying to figure out what's going on at the moment. Here we get an introduction to hacking, and we also get our stasis module, which will come in handy throughout the game. As you can see there, all you need to do is find the blue points and sort of rip them out. And you need to hit this guy with stasis, otherwise he will one-shot you. And thankfully he's already been hit by stasis, which makes things much easier. Another little text up there about the stasis beds. Don't think there's any other loot in this room. I always like to hit the door with stasis, recharge our stasis, and then go through. You see, it still gives us plenty of time to make our way through. But here we get to see a new enemy, which is quite interesting, quite exciting. And I didn't pick up the broom, because you can use the brooms like the blades. But something to note with these guys is if they're quite far away from you and they try doing their long range spit attack, is you can pick up the attack with stasis and throw it back at them. These guys aren't doing that. Yeah, similar to the way you can pick up the arms and other objects, you can use brooms as a little bit of a weapon. It's not quite as powerful though, but it can still come in handy in a pinch. Just checking for any ammo.
What the fuck?
Definitely feeling the effects from the first game. It's funny, that absolutely terrified me when I first played the game. And again, something's definitely going on the station. That sounds quite shady. And here we have another power node. So when we come through here, just to get a little bit more loot, there'll be a Necromorph waiting for us. So we take him out and get whatever loot he's carrying on him, because normally you can't get that because this happens. Nice little introduction to mechanic introduced in Dead Space 2 with being able to be vented out into space. which I think is really cool because it really reminds you that you are in a hostile environment itself, you know, and space itself is potentially dangerous. But if we look here, there's another Necromorph waiting for us. So we'll take them out and get another power node. There's a little Easter egg here where if we look on the scales, you can see Isaac weighs 195 pounds, but we'll weigh a little bit more soon.
Welcome to Microstore. CEC engineer Isaac Clarke. Updating inventory to CEC engineering loadout.
So here you'll notice all these other weapons and suits that we can buy, and this is the DLC that you can get with Dead Space 2. I'm pretty sure it came with my copy of Dead Space 2 that I bought on Steam, but we're going to ignore this because you can see it's all free and it completely can potentially mess up the balance of certain points of the game, and I want to make this as much of an original playthrough as possible, or original walkthrough as possible. So we're going to go ahead and buy the engineering suit, but these suits are pretty cool. They offer very small changes, same as the weapons, to the normal versions of them, but they can be quite fun for using on your repeated playthroughs and sort of fine-tuning your loadout. And we also have access to the rivet gun, which is a weapon from Dead Space Extraction, which is pretty cool, but it's not very useful. Well, I've never found it very useful, but it's still pretty cool. But like I said, we're just going to go ahead and buy the basic engineering suit. Gives us 10 inventory slots and 5% armor. It's not the best, but definitely better than the strafe jacket we were in. And as always, we get a cool little suiting up video here. I've always liked the look of the engineering suit. I think it looks really, really cool. Again, just the art direction is absolutely fantastic. But other than that, we're just going to sell our stasis unit capsule, just because we don't really need it at this point in the game. Or we shouldn't really need it. Famous last words. Yeah, that might be the thing that saves our life. Yeah, just showing off our inventory here, and then we can also look at all our objectives, and then we can also look at any logs that we pick up. So on the scale now, you can notice we put on a little bit of weight from the rig that we've just picked up, which is pretty cool. Nice little detail there. So in this little area, you might notice ahead of us there is another power node, and again you'll want to pick that up to help get those upgrades. Now coming up, there is a glitch you can do that involves getting unlimited power nodes and potentially unlimited ammo and unlimited money if you want to. We're not going to do it because, like I said, I want to keep this as normal walkthrough as possible and not mess up the balance or the intended balance of the game. But entering a big open area, stasis units in it, and ammo crates, you know what's going to happen. But it looks like the transport isn't doing too well either. Really cool boss design there. So you have to be careful with these guys, because he might look like he's down, but he's not. If you look on their sort of tongue there, you can tell he's still alive.
Jesus, that thing was angry. Dana, I'm out of the hospital. Okay, The tram station is just beyond the apartment block.
Hang on. I need more answers. How long have I been here?
3 years. Admin found you floating in space near Aegis 7 and brought you here for study.
Why can't I remember anything?
The marker you found imprinted your brain with a self-replicating signal. The longer you're awake, the more the signal spreads. It's killing you, Isaac. Tybin tried to keep it in check with memory suppressants.
You said you could fix it, right?
Only if you reach me in time. Tram station, get moving.
Now, I think these guys have a fantastic design as well, where it's, you know, all sort of bodies all twisted together. Really, really freaky. There's actually a Dead Space sort of art design book that I've got because I am a massive fan of the series, in case you couldn't tell. And yeah, there's a really cool picture of those guys in it. Really just shows you how freaky they are. But after we defeat that little boss in this room, we get a nice little reward of some credits.
Listen up. This is Sorensen from CEC. Cut off their limbs. It's the only way they go down. It's their limbs. That's the secret. Comms are down. We can't get a broadcast out, so tell everyone you see.
Again, just really focusing on the point of needing to cut off their limbs. But in this shop, we'll also get ammo available for all the weapons that we can take with us. But normally you would have to pick up schematics to unlock purchasing this in the shop, but I will show you where all those are for you guys in case you don't have the DLC. But first things first, the gold semiconductor that we picked up from the boss, we're going to sell that. And we're going to also purchase the line gun. It's probably my favourite gun in the series, maybe only beaten by the plasma cutter just because of how cool it is. But yeah, the line gun is very useful weapon, has a lot of useful features, and it also does a lot of damage. But you also get access to the javelin gun, which is a very, very powerful weapon. It's got the highest single damaging projectile in the game, I think. Yeah, you can also, when it's fully upgraded, explode the bolts that it fires out, which is quite cool. But yeah, it's a very powerful weapon, but you do have to be very, very accurate with it, because it basically functions like your kinesis module, but as a gun. So it's good for impaling people. But like I said, we're going to pick up the line gun, and we're not going to be able to make much use of it at the moment, just because we won't have much ammo. Because normally you wouldn't be able to purchase ammo in the store, because, like I said, we've only got access to that because of the DLC. See a line gun here. It's nice wide projectile. Pretty sure we used that in Dead Space 1. I'm just gonna move up our weapons around just because my preferred positioning. But yeah, if we come over here, there's a bench, and this is where we get to upgrade our stuff. So you can see we've got different upgrade categories, and at the end there's a special upgrade which does a little bit of fire damage for a plasma cutter, and they're different for each weapon. So the special upgrade on the line gun shortens the timer on the mines, which is very useful. And we can also upgrade our health points and our oxygen tank, but we can also upgrade the damage we do with kinesis. Then we can also upgrade our stasis module, increasing the duration of stasis, how many charges we have on it. And in Dead Space 2 it recharges, which wasn't a feature in the original Dead Space 1. and you can shorten the amount of time it takes to recharge. Very useful feature, and we will definitely aim to get this at some point in the playthrough. But for now, we're just going to get a couple of upgrades for our plasma cutter to make it a little bit more powerful. But we always want to leave one power node on us, and I'll show you why in just a second actually. Obviously people trying to evacuate. If we look at the right on the travelator escalator thing, there's some money. It might be ammo. It changes each playthrough, waiting for you. But you always want to keep a power node on you, because certain rooms require a power node to unlock, and sometimes they can have some very useful items in them. So here we've got a schematic for power nodes, and that'll allow us to buy them in the store. And then we have a health kit, another text log, and then we have a ruby semiconductor. If it lets me focus on it, I'll pick up the text log and read that quickly. Again, if you need more time, just feel free to pause out whenever you like. But yeah, there's a ruby semiconductor here, which is the same as the gold semiconductor, but it's worth more money. But this does have a chance to be a gold semiconductor or a bronze semiconductor, so we got quite lucky. But you can see our inventory's full, so we can't quite pick that up. So we're going to have to drop a few items here. We'll come back for them in a second. But when you go into the store, you automatically download the schematics. So you can see we can now purchase power nodes for 10,000 credits each. And I completely forgot about the ruby semiconductor, so we'll go to the store and sell that as well. Seeing as there was quite a bit of ammo in that room, we'll sell some of our plasma cutter rounds just to make a little bit more money.
A station-wide emergency is in effect. In accordance with Titan-based.
You can also see your total ammunition in the weapon select wheel. So you can see we've got plenty of ammo. The plasma cutter there, even after selling some of it. We'll make sure to save it after doing all that footwork. Absolutely brutal. But here we've got another power node. They give quite a few of them to you at the start of the game. And we can see one of the converter enemies doing its thing, going around and making more Necromorphs. Quite a creepy soundscape, hearing the Necromorphs amongst the screams of people. So there's another little Easter egg there. that guy's made to look like someone who won a competition to design a Necromorph execution, and we'll see what enemy that execution was for just here actually.
Isaac! Isaac, over here!
Who are you?
It's the drugs, Isaac. They gave us drugs to make us forget. But it's all coming.
I don't know what you're talking about. Why are you calling me?
Isaac! Isaac, look out!
So yeah, this is one of the enemies that person designed an execution for. Which is pretty cool that he managed to get included in the game. But yeah, it's cool as well how you can see on Strauss's side, there's a little screen where you can see us as well. There is a lot of attention to detail throughout a lot of the Dead Space games. Someone's obviously victim to the Necromorphs. Sometimes the Necromorph will jump out of there as well, I think, from memory. But this is what I like about Dead Space 2. As you can see how the outbreak is affecting other people. So you get little interactions like that one. But if we're coming here to check on our mother, you can see she's not doing too well either. And again, the physics going a bit funny there. But after that, we get ambushed again. There's a really sad detail here. Maybe you noticed the teddy belonged to whoever is in this washing machine. He's obviously trapped. Really sad detail. But we'll run into a few enemies here, so I hope it goes quite well. Didn't do too well with a lot of our kinesis shots there. Thankfully we made it out unscathed.
I'm not opening this door for anyone. I don't care what your security clearance is or what your orders are. I'm armed. I'll fucking kill you if you try to get in here. I mean it. Just hold at the door.
It's probably what I'd be like in this situation. But thankfully, we can do a bit better here. So here's a nice little bit of backstory and it's like universe building. You might have noticed our stasis recharging there as well, which is really handy because as the game goes on, you tend to rely on stasis more and more.
There are Necromorphs everywhere. Is the entire Sprawl infected? How'd this happen? The marker was destroyed, Dana. I destroyed it.
You destroyed a marker, Isaac. Titan built another one.
On this station? Why?
It's powerful alien technology. Tideman wants that power. Get to the tram. It'll take you to the Cassini Tower's premises.
Dana? Damn it.
Yeah, a lot of plotting going on behind the scenes before we sort of were aware of what's going on. But seeing as there's a save station here, I want to wrap up this episode here. And as you can see, like I said, things definitely get ramped up to 11 straight away in comparison to the first game. They don't hang around at all, but the game definitely has a lot of moments where it still is very atmospheric and very scary. And like I said, the start of last episode where you start off without a weapon and can't defend yourself was a brilliant decision after being powerful at the end of the first game. But yeah, really looking forward to still heading through the first couple of chapters of the game and sort of seeing how the story progresses. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do some comparison to the Dead Space 2 remake if that ever gets made. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have enjoyed the episodes and look forward to the rest of the series, make sure you like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything either. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.